Hello everybody, this is Cam and we're going to be looking at Antichamber. Well, as you can see, this game has a distinct art style. So it's very simplistic, a lot of white walls and long corridors. So one of the things I will go through first of all is, this is the main menu, if you can believe it or not. We will start over to the left here. These are a collection of images that you find throughout the game that give you hints as to exactly what you are going to be solving. The puzzles, so you have a room that has never-ending circles, which I'll show off in a second, but this is one of the things that it has on one of the walls. So some choices can leave us running around in circles. So there's a few other things, like this rabbit, all the other crap, guy who's got a crush, DTF, and yeah. Okay, so when we have to the right here, this is our menu. We have all of the kind of a tutorial, very basic. WASD to walk, shift to hold to walk, space to jump, and left mouse to click and interact, and then you move your mouse to move around. And have the usual invert, mouse sensitivity, sound, music, display mode, screen resolution, excuse my stutter. And we also have here a timer in which I believe we have to complete the area. So the other thing I was going to show off as well is we have our map here. So at the beginning of the game, we would start off in this room and we'd have only one marker on here. So as you can see, we have numerous paths that we have discovered already, and yeah, each one of them is a little bit of a puzzle, so we have to make progress. So such as here, there's one that I seem to have a little bit of trouble with, is don't look down, but there is a path I've yet to find, hence the arrow there. And we also have Pass to Nowhere, which I have yet to discover. But one of the things that I will do first of all is just restart from the beginning. I have done a few of the... Yes, as I was saying, the computer lagged out a little bit, as I have solved a few of the puzzles so far, but I'm just going to go through, draw attention to ones that I don't think that are going to be incredibly obvious to everybody else at first, but once you find these chalk signs, it'll be pretty nifty. So as you can see in the beginning, we have one of these chalk symbols. It just looks like a blackboard, so it's called a chalk symbol. Every journey is a series of choices. The first is to begin the journey. Yes, excuse me whilst I'm being slightly dyslexic. As you can see, the map is completely cleared, and I'm just going to jump straight into it. So immediately you'll be able to see exactly what kind of so one of the things that I didn't mention beforehand was that, yes, well, I did mention it, excuse my rambling and distortion, that yes, it has a very distinctive art style. So there's a lot of things like these colors that will draw attention to certain things in the environment. We also have these giant Splinter Cell-ish signs that are slightly pixelated, and there's various sort of things that you can run into, move around. There's trippy as shit stuff like this. So if you're looking for something to do on a Saturday night with your friends, just yeah, enjoy this game. So as you can see here, as it just says jump, so as one of the things, a lot of these signs are a little bit misleading. So first of all, what I would have done was, oh yeah, there's no pathway here, so I'm just gonna jump as the thing is telling me. But as you can see, there is an invisible walkway, invisible stairs that leads us right over to here. So we have our first chalk sign here. Yeah, taking the first step can be harder than the rest of the challenge. Yes, it can often be. So some of the times you will walk down to, well, it seems like a dead end, but as you approach the wall, it disperses. So, and we have another chalk image that is related to it. So a dead end will only stop you if you don't try to move through it. So as you can see, we'll get the kind of gist and the kind of idea of some of the puzzles that are in this game. And we have one of these other areas where it's going to be a drop down and it's asking me to fly. Well, obviously I can't fly, so just going to jump down. So we have there are various odd areas and colors. So we have a green area here with green bars. There's obviously something that we have to do, like a green switch or something like that, similar to Doom or any other game that uses colors in reference to the keys. But that's the first thing that jumped into my head. But we'll go to our third chalk sign here. We fall down where there is nothing there to support us. Yes, that happens. Okay, so here's one of the other aspects of this game is these lasers. So there's obviously a sensor that opens up the green door for us. So and as we walk through, it closes behind us. And yeah, we're just going to continue on. There's another chalk sign. At the path of the least resistance is a valid option. So yes. Well, there was a little bit of resistance over there, such as the massive green big poles, and we just had to walk over here. So one of the other aspects of the game is you can see that little blue ball that's all the way over there. As we move, it disperses. So we run towards it, and it goes fucking crazy. But as you can see, as it starts to settle down, there is only one thing. So some of the puzzles, when you move a little bit too erratically in this crazy structure, whatever the fuck you want to call it, crazy ball. But as you can see, there's a door over here. So one of the ways that you can get through some of the puzzles is just by simply holding shift and walking calmly through the area. So we've hit that button, gonna go past that crazy bubble thing, and we're just gonna make our way through here. So there's another chalk sign. Taking one path often means missing out on another. Yes, it does. So we have an alternate path that's over there, which is that door, and there is obviously a different way in which we can find it. So some of the times when you're walking through these areas, if you can see it, and I've made it loud enough, you'll hear ambient sounds like a sea, sand, stuff like this. There's one of the things that I do like about this game is changes in perspective. So as you can see through the glass, it just changes. And then you see down and up. Okay, so one of the things that I would like to point out is that it has a distinctive art style. It's quite good. I do say that there's a common rule that a lot of people would oh yes, interrupted me. I got to here, and as I turned around, the path completely changed. So some of the times when you're walking through this test chamber or aperture laboratories, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, often find that it's going to trip you out. So you find here that, oh look, there's a wall here, there's a wall here, there's a wall here, and we just go all the way to the right and we can walk through. There's another chalk sign. There's an angry rabbit. We can perceive a problem can change every time we see it. Yep. So different perspectives, stuff like that. So a lot of this game has a little bit of throws in a little cues and stuff like that to help you solve the puzzles. But that rabbit has a distinctive feature that looks like the one of the main characters from Sin City. What's his name? Marv. He's got a nose and a brow of steel. Okay, so one of the things that I would like to show off is this room. So we would have what I would call this an art gallery, I would say, because that's the only real way that I can put it. So we have a whole heap of various odd boxes. So we have a clock that has Feely, something like that. So as you change perspective, we get different ones. We get the classic Pong. We're just gonna stand here all day and watch it. And yeah, there's quite a few things like this that will make you scratch your head and go, what the fuck? Yeah. Such as this Mia, something in there. Cube, yep. Some other crazy shit. Some something. This Satan is in this one. Another crazy shit. Some more crazy shit. Some more crazy shit. It's like a UFO hamburger. There's crazy shit there, crazy shit there, something there. I'm not quite sure yet if these are all a little bit of a clue as to what the fuck is going on. I haven't seen that one before. This one's crazy. Just have a general display of all this crazy shit. So we got something there, cubes, arrows, and a chair, and the good old mathematical equation 1 + 1 = window. Okay, so as one of the ones that I would like to draw towards is this cube in particular. So we've got this perspective, he's climbing over something, he's sitting on something, and then, well, this path here. So we're going to move on to our next chalk sign. When you observe your surroundings, you may notice things that you didn't see before. So yes, it's just basically pointing out that you have to pay attention. So one of the things that I found is that with this corridor in particular, it got me stuck for ages, because as you can see, we just came from here, we walked through the blue path with a pink hue, and then left is that room again. So it's a little bit mind-boggling. Gravity and time tends to bend back on itself. Not really Dark Souls style, but yeah, wigs you out. So as you can see, that corridor is that corridor. So if we walk through here and look to the left, it's red. We walk through here and go to the left, it's red. So as you can see, the colours itself will give you a distinction in between where you would like to go. Just a little bit of a tip, a little bit of a visual cue for the puzzles. So if we went to the right here, we'd end back there. So it took me a little while to figure this one out, but I just keep following the green until there was no more green to follow. So we found that way, it's all bending back on itself. As we can see, we have found another corridor. So it's a little bit mind-boggling, this game in particular, but yeah, it's good to chuck a few more interesting things into a puzzle game. But yeah, if you never stop trying, you'll get there eventually. So this is a premise for this puzzle in particular. So we have left or right decisions, and we are going to go to the right, and it's going to keep going, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, and we've got this dog sign. Some choices can leave us running around in circles. So we've gone to the right, and it's just going to keep continuously circling back on itself. So we're going to go back and hopefully get somewhere. So with a lot of the puzzles in this game in particular, it's a lot of trial and error. So as you can see, we are back to the beginning, the green runes that way, and we have our arrows. So to the left, just going to keep walking, 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 walking on sunshine. And we have that sign again, and as you can see beforehand, we had the little bit of a premise that the sign said if you persevere, then you will be able to continue. So we've passed, whoop, there we go. We found an alternate path, and we just keep continuously going around. So some of the times the chalk signs will be a little bit misleading and you'll be scratching your head, what the fuck, but other signs will tell you otherwise. So it's a little bit of a cue, a little bit of a detective work, a little bit of a Batman-ish kind of thing. But not really. It's not like we're going around breaking guys' necks and stuff like that and pledging justice, but yep, you get the idea. So raw persistence may be the only option other than giving up entirely. So yeah, it's a little bit of a life lesson, several life lessons in this game. So some of the times you'll see an arrow. Those bad boys, if you make eye contact with them, they will change perspective on things. So as you can see, as I turn around, that's that. And there is a window here. But seeing as we're not looking at it anymore, we can get past it. So we have a big scary bear and a guy shitting himself. And he's shooting laser beams out of his mouth. But a few steps backwards may keep you moving forwards. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a premise of the game. So one of the other things that I would like to point out as well is these windows. So, as you can see, we have a new path. When we turn around, it's still there. So we're in a completely new area. And we have a hillbilly looking at the city. The world looks different on the other side. That I'm sure it does. And one of the other we have to point out in the game is that you have puzzles like this that require you to collect a whole heap of things, collect keys, collect blocks, blah 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 blah. Usual puzzles type stuff. So, and if you remember, or if you're familiar with, if you so happen to play PC a lot, and I do, and I would hope that a lot of people out there do know, with Portal, when you go through certain areas, you would have things that would be similar to this. So, later on we are going to get a weapon or a gun of sorts that is going to allow us to move those blocks. But I will try and find my way towards that and show that off for you. So we're going to go through the blue path this time, and we are going to learn a life lesson from this chalk sound. A window of opportunity can lead to new places if you're willing to take a closer look. So yeah, basically means that this guy wants you to go outside and not play his game anymore. I'm just joking. And we have a black cube there, or distorted cube. He is just going to chill down that section. I'm not quite sure if it's going to kill us, but yeah, we're just going to enjoy the shit out of this corridor. It's going to be particularly glad I did not nom on 16 tabs of acid before I started playing this game, otherwise my mind would implode, and yeah, you would probably find out that I am uploading videos from an asylum, but it's another story. Okay, so we have another chalk sign here. We got a little bit of a, I don't really need to point it out, moon, ship, water, stars, black shit. Look a little harder and you will find a way forward. So that one in particular I have not found the solution to yet, so I'm not going to subject you to numerous minutes of me walking around going, I don't get it. But yeah, failing to succeed does not mean failing to progress. So life lesson from this sheep: he is happy committing suicide. But there is basically no gravity in this game, so as you can see that there are visual keys for you to go this way, and there's also a visual key in this direction to go this way. So we're going to go down this dark ominous corner. It's going to get eerie in here for a second, but we're going to get particularly close to, as you can see, that gun. So this is the area in which we had beforehand, where the black cube was going. But we're going to be going to our next chalk sign. There's a happy camper, he's in a spaceship, and he's leaving Earth. So venturing into the unknown can lead to great rewards. So basically means that the game wants you to explore. So we have another one of these windows. We don't have anything on this side that's going to particularly change our perspective, but if we go on this side, we can see, oh, it's a lovely little, oh, I'm in another room. Marvelous! And we have our gun. So we have Black Panther, Pink Panther, whichever dudes that is. Try hard enough and you will get to where you want to be. So basically, life lesson: persevere. So as you can see, we have a little bit of a tutorial here. So we have a double lasers, and we have a block there. So with the right mouse button as the icon displays, we can grab that cube and just put there. So we walk back through the lasers, get the door to open up, put the cube there, and then take it back and go on our merry way. So we go open. So this one in particular I had a little bit of difficulty, but we're going to put that there, and we're going to be moving on. So well, with that we cannot get through the window itself, so we would have to just leave that poor little cube there. So we have an old dude struggling with an elevator. Not quite sure what he's doing, rectal examination or something like that. Some doors will close unless we hold them open. So yes, we need to hold them open. So we have another puzzle here, which is going to be our next slot. Well, one of the things that we are going to do, because I have figured it out beforehand, is we're going to take this block, we're going to put that block there, we're going to take this one, put it in there, open up that door, take him, come back here, put that block in there, take this boy, put him up there, take this other boy, we're going to put you there, take that shit, take your shit, and take yours. So, as you can see, we have 3 blocks now, so we're going to open this door back up. We're going to place a block there, we're going to take him, and then that's a first kind of puzzle of the game with the gun. And then we have our next hurdle, literally, and yeah. So it's one of the things that the first time I went through this area I left a lot of blocks behind, but we had a little bit of a hint as to what to do. This guy is checking out his jocks and socks, and yeah, it's harder to progress if you're leaving things behind. So yeah, basically pointing out that you're an idiot for leaving the blocks behind. So what we need to do is a little bit more of a complicated puzzle. So we see we have a blue laser and we have 2 green ones. So that's going to be in there, and it's going to engage the blue and stop the green. So we're just going to put that boy there, put him there, take him there, put him there, take him out, and then I'm going to take our blocks with us and be on our merry way. So as you can see, so far it's a little bit of a different puzzle game, but yeah. I was deciding at the moment exactly where I want to end this video, but you're getting the premise of the game so far, I hope so. There are multiple ways to approach the situation. He obviously just asked DTF instead of asking her about her day or complimenting on her shoes, tits or face or massive fringe, or her little ponytail. Not ponytail, bow. That's it. Okay, so as you can see we have all of our 3 blocks and we can put them in here, which is going to unlock these 2 doors here, but unfortunately we have to leave them behind. So we see here some outcomes are more favourable than others. So yeah, he didn't say DDF, he gave her flowers. So is one of the things that I will show off in a second is, yes, we're going to be going through this area here. If we so happen to have any blocks on us, they will disperse in the gun and we won't be able to have them anymore. So we get to one of our doors here where we are apparently supposed to be able to get some blocks through, and as you can see we have our red blocks that change to blue. So as soon as we take them, they're going to be yeah, changed to blue because we have the blue gun. As I haven't got any further than the blue gun, I know there is other types of guns and other things, but one of the things that I will note in a little bit of this game as I run around sporadically thinking is when we have the blocks, we kind of had one chance to go through the area, but if we so happen to get to a dead end or we get stuck, we hit the escape button and yeah, we can escape. So we're going to take our cubes back and we are going to go through that area. So we can see here that we're going to be doing that again. We're going to be taking our block back. We're going to be opening him up, holding that door open. As you can see, I've kind of botched this puzzle at the moment. Going to take them, going to walk through here, that's going to close, and we are at a dead end. So every now and then we will run into a dead end where we cannot actually get out because this laser obviously closes the door and we've taken the block out of that door there, so we cannot open that one. So what we are going to do is just hit the escape button and we're going to go straight back to the menu pretty much. And we're going to have another chalk symbol, another life lesson that the game is going to teach us. If you don't like where you've ended up, try doing something else. So, yeah, that's a good thing to do. So we're going to go back to our map, and we have a marker here, and that's where we were up to. So we have other places, such as, where's one of the ones that I would like to show off? Too many lasers, leap of faith. Yep, we're going to go back to leap of faith. So, yep. We're going to do this Assassin's Creed shit and become Ezio and jump down here and survive. And as you can see, we are back here, down here, but we have the gun. So we are going to be going through this area again. Back to this green place, and we're going to go to our next chalk zone. Some paths are clearer than others. So we're just going to continue around here. And yes, we're going to have a matrix complex. We're either the red pill or the blue pill. I cannot remember which one actually opens the matrix, so I don't think they're really going to base it on a movie. So I'm just going to pop through here and pop down. Going to go around this corner, and hey, I'm in the exact same position. So I went red beforehand, blue goes up. So some of the times the game itself will actually just completely fuck with you. So we can see here, the choice doesn't matter if the outcome is the same. A choice may be as simple as going left or right. So one of the things I will try quickly is going up this a couple of times. And as you can see, we're back to the same area. We'll try the blue again, because every now and then you just have to kind of persevere, as the life lesson taught us beforehand, the chalk sign, living by the chalkboard. Just going to try red again. Going to go around, and hey, what do you know? But one of the things that is going to happen is I am going to back up here, and I'm going to... Oh, no! House is burning. Briefcase is on the ground. Sprouting hair. When you return to where you've been, things aren't always as remembered. So, as you can see, we're going to have a corridor that's going to trip you the fuck out, bend back on itself, and we're going to walk through the laser, and we're going to get trapped again. So, fortunately, the chalkboard, our Lord and Savior, is going to tell us to hit escape. Some choices leave us running around a lot without really getting anywhere. So, we're just going to go back, and we're going to have a cake, 21. So events happen whether we want them or not. Yep, I am due for that in just under 2 weeks. But that's another story. So, yeah, as we can see, it was one of the things that I did forget to show off beforehand, was we had 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we have to kind of solve this area and go through it all in 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's what I believe, or that's what I am led to believe. So, one more thing that I would like to show off is... where is it again? Strength in numbers, Crimea River, stuck in a rut, finding the seams. We're just going to go to here. So, we have here is this place again. So, as you can see, running through, and now we've unlocked another path. So there's multiple ways to go to different paths. Well, not really multiple ways. It's a little bit linear in the fact that, yeah, it says that there's multiple ways to discover something, but it's kind of, it happens, it's straightforward. So yes, this guy is going to go in that direction. Some paths are straightforward. So yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. And then we have a kind of a corridor. Fall down here, we have a trippy elevator that goes up and down and wigs us out, and yep, we're going to go back to here, and we have an anvil, falling, and coin, something. Life has a way of pushing us in the right direction. So, we turn around and we're back at this corridor here, and hey, we turn around again, and that's that there. So, as one of the things that we'll point out is, as you can see, we cannot pick up any of these blocks, so you can probably hear me clicking, and the fact that the gun is spinning. But yeah, okay, so as one of the things that the game pointed out beforehand is, if we return to somewhere, things will not be exactly what they seem. So, well, not exactly the same. So we have F, E, L, I, that's the exact same, that's the same, it's pretty much the same, that's the same, that's the same, it's different, same, 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 same. But that's one of the things that I will note is this little bastard. So I'm not exactly sure what this guy does, but as you can see, that wasn't there beforehand. It could have been there beforehand, but I wasn't paying attention. But if you continuously look at that, it will move around the room and eventually get to one of those doors in which we cannot actually access the blocks. So kind of what we have to do is move all of these fellas to a direction, and eventually there will go to a door that is going to let us progress. So it is one of the things that I will say at the moment is what I think of the game so far. I actually quite enjoy this game. I have put about an hour or so into it before I did this video. It was actually a little bit funny when I saw the game itself. I was, yeah, it looks a little bit average, but then when I saw the screenshots and I saw that the art style, you know, this kind of shit in the screenshots and just the way that the game generally looks, it was very, very interesting. And puzzle games are always good. But yeah, the funny story that I was saying is I actually bought the game before I did the review request. I sent an email to the publisher, and he replied that I could do this, essentially. And yeah, so I bought the game. Now I have 2 copies of the game. I accidentally redeemed it without thinking. But yeah, that's what happens when you're drinking and trying to do your YouTube shit. But that's another story. So, as you can see, the little fella has disappeared into the wall. And he's not necessarily just going to go to the left and it's like, oh yeah, that's the definite path, because yeah, fucking corridors and shit bend back on themselves. But this guy is the evil eye. He's going to wink at us a little bit, go to sleep, and disperse it. So as we can see, as we've moved erratically, those particles, whatever you want to call them, have destroyed that bridge. So as soon as they touch them, it's going to disappear. But we're just going to have a look at the chalk sign. The solution to a problem may just require a more thorough look at it. So, as you can see, we've got our bridge dispersing, but as we know beforehand, and as I've showed beforehand, we're just going to walk through this area nice and calmly. Just going to leave that guy alone, because I don't know what he's going to do if I happen to move past him quickly. But, as you can see, this guy in a tightrope, moving through a problem slow may help find the solution. So, another life lesson. So, is one of the things that I will point out at the moment, and with that block in particular where it's moving through the walls. As you can see, there's kind of a little bit of a path in the wall here, but there is no way for us to pick up or place a block that is going to go directly in there. So that's kind of the way that we are going to get those blocks into there, is they're going to slide in, they're going to block it off, and we're just going to have to notice a whole heap of things. So, one of the things that we have here is we have an infinite supply of blocks, but these always come up. So, one of the things that I will admit that I did not notice beforehand is that there is a yellow gun over there. So, obviously we have to try and get over to that bad boy. But, we have something that I have not figured out quite yet, but we have up. It's just up. Can't get in there. But yeah. So yeah, I'm going to show that, yep, the blocks cannot actually get to the lasers. So even if we try and get them on it, oh, we got one in there, but there is no real way to get it in the center. So we're just going to take those blocks out and leave that door alone. And yeah. So one of the other things that we can show off at the moment is we take these blocks and, yep, these 2 lasers are going to open and close the doors. So what we are going to do is put one there, there, and that's going to keep the door open for us. So the right answers may also be the most obvious ones. So as you can see, I have a whole heap of blocks here, but I'm going to be going into this area, and as I explained beforehand, those are going to disperse. So we're going to go into this aqua staircase, and yeah, we have gotten to an area in which we have a few blocks, and we don't have enough to fill up there because we have 8, but we do have enough to open up this door here. So the progress bar on it as we fill it up, and yep, we're going to continue forward. So see, some of the times shit just gets real, so I can't even jump up to that, I can't even walk slowly and try to get to that. Try and walk backwards, but I just go through it. Walk forwards, I go through it. Yeah, it's just an asshole sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna end up in this area. Sometimes we only just don't have enough to get by. So that guy has lemons, and he seems a little bit unhappy, but he should just be grateful for the fact that he has lemons. But, you know, we have another room where we have a whole heap of lasers, but we do not have a means of filling them up. So we can, it's not real anything that we can take over here. That's got a half a progress bar on that door. But, yeah, it's not really much of anything that we can do in this area. I'm just going to continue on. I'm just going to take these blocks. And yeah, we don't have enough to go in there. We go down here and it disperses. But I would like to think that you get the general gist of the game. And yeah, what I think of the game so far is it's a quite fun puzzle game. It has a distinctive art style. It is $15 in total at the moment. I'm pretty sure it has a Steam sale on at the moment, 10 or 20% off, like they usually do with the release titles. But yeah, this game has a distinct art style. The puzzles are challenging and slightly complicated, but generally I would say that it is worth the money. And yeah, I'm going to quite enjoy playing this game. I would say thank you guys for watching. This has been a Let's Look At of Antichamber if you were not paying attention. But I will see you next time. Ciao.